So,
So important. So
and that's going
important.
off for a minute.
So important. I didn't see it pop. There it is. Let's go. Let's go. If you want it, you can get it. Let me know.
Let me know.
It is, buddy.
We having a good time.
Straight up.
Times roll.
I'm feeling a little. Let's go blue. Why not? Why not be blue? For Squeenix. For Squeenix.
Oh, all right. We're going blue. All right. Let me fix that.
Yeah, let's go blue. I mean, jokes a little blue. We can do bluey, purpley blue, bluey.
I can do blue.
Bluey, purpley blue.
You know, I can switch it up. You know, ain't nothing but a thing. You know, bam.
I'm like that.
Bam. I'm all blued out.
All right, so they're supposed to be live now, and they're not live yet.
Actually.
But you know.
Things happen.
Any major expectations for Square Enix?
Well,
besides the stuff we know,
Final Fantasy VII Remake coming to the box. Game
That's
Pass.
the big one we want. That's the big one we want.
Today, I'm saying that's a today thing. I'm not prepared for that at all because my hard drive is completely filled up.
Look, they announced that today. I will make the space happen.
Hey, you guys know I play Call of Duty. Call of Duty getting deleted. That don't getting deleted.
When last time
you have played it? You don't play it.
I haven't played it in like the last.
There it is.
2 weeks.
There it is. There it is.
Because I played that Mass Effect. So, I'm not gonna.
That's true. You finished Mass Effect, right? Or you still not? You still haven't finished 3 yet.
There we go. I haven't started 3 yet. I'm about to go into 2 and just finish bodying that junk the rest of the way.
Got it.
I love how everybody uses the same software to do their live.
I think that's actually the
E3 joint.
Yeah.
No, because I've seen this joint on other people's things like outside of gaming.
I have. I mean, Xbox used the same one when they got ready to go live on Twitch, and they did that presentation like in the summer or whatever it was last year.
So we starting with Black Panther? We gonna start with Avengers right out the gate?
I hope not.
Avengers out the gate. Acknowledge the glitches and stuff. And go for them. Hey,
we've been hard at work over the past couple
is a lot for someone who has no hard drive space. Remember that.
Hey Sam.
Yo.
You being called out here, bro.
Oh, I see. Nah, because of E3 this week and everything, and I had a mishap that I had to I gotta go back and flip a part everyone. That I kind of messed up.
Matt Mercer here, and I'm back as your host of Square Enix Presents.
Hey, that 90 gigs, KB.
E3 edition of the show
is that the Series X PS5 version? Well, they updated that joint now, right?
So let's kick off with the world premiere of a brand new game from Eidos Montreal.
Oh, new game.
Brand new.
We hope you enjoy the show.
I like that.
Give me Deus Ex.
That could be a possibility.
That's what I said I wanted to see from him.
Oh,
but
that's
not don't look like it. That don't look like it at all.
Do you know what a birthright is, Peter?
Guardians of the Galaxy?
Mother.
Yep, that's right.
Something that's a part of you.
I forgot that they were doing
what?
It's been rumored that they were doing a Guardians game for a minute.
Gardeners of the Galaxy?
No.
Oh, I'm down for this.
Groot, fill out the paperwork.
Hey.
So we got fined.
Dog, are they also using I Need a Hero?
Yes, sure.
Yes.
I know, we clearly need a plan.
See, because of his playlist, it fits well with this.
It does perfectly, but I was mad when they used it the other day on the other game. I was like, I don't know if this fits.
We got this.
Well, this one's already better than Avengers.
I'll show you, monster! No! We disrobe!
Keep your pants on.
Although it could be used as a distraction. Smash him up, Dreads! Meet your maker! We're all professionals here, right? Maybe we can work something out. Peter!
You had one job, Quill.
I did exactly.
Alright, so answer this. Is this co-op? Because I don't think this is co-op.
This has no.
You are
Yeah,
Star-Lord,
No,
okay.
you are Star-Lord, so no.
It's literally in your contract.
I made no such commitments.
In less than 3 cycles, all would be lost. The galaxy cannot be saved, Peter Quill.
We can do this together. Fucking great, Quill!
Sunlord, right?
It's Star-Lord. Oh, crap!
I dig it. When do we get it?
No, of course I will. I'll call you.
Oh God. October.
Okay.
Hi, my name's Olivier Proux, senior producer here at Eidos Montreal. For the
Yeah,
past few
straight up
years,
fighting
we've had
Demogorgons.
the privilege to work on
Okay,
our
you got that
version
one.
of
I get
Marvel's Guardians of the
Hey,
Galaxy.
now I gotta
Reimagine it
calm
into
down because I'm ready to yell out Game
story-driven,
Pass.
third-person
So I
action
gotta
adventure
calm it
game.
down now.
It's our own fresh take on the Guardians, and something that's really unique to our game is that you get to be Peter Quill. As Star-Lord, you're constantly in the middle of the action as you try to lead this band of misfits. But today, I'm really
Solid
excited to
artwork,
have
bro.
all of you join us on this journey, and you'll hear more about the game from our team behind this project.
Right, let's do this.
I've always loved Marvel's cosmic characters. Growing up as a kid, I read them, enjoyed them, loved them. I had the opportunity to write for Marvel on some of their cosmic titles.
Nice.
I went back with the help of Bill Roseman, the editor, and kind of cherry-picked characters from Marvel's past.
The opportunity here was to build a team, but to make it all underdogs, so that the reader would think,
I'm not
"Oh my
mad at
gosh,
that,
how is this
KB.
team going to survive?"
And that became the Guardians of the
Everything
Galaxy
can't be
comic,
for
which
everybody.
we loved working on.
I remember the first time that the Marvel crew came to Montreal, we were showing them the design of the characters, how they would look, and they stayed silent. I don't know if it's a minute, but in my head it was a minute. I was like, oh my God, like they hate it.
We realized how much that Marvel and Eidos Montreal share and have in common, and that we knew the Guardians were in perfect hands.
Looking at the samples that Eidos were kind enough to show me, I think he's fantastic and absolutely in the spirit of what these characters are.
What makes the gameplay experience unique to me is no matter in what phase of the game you are, whether you're in exploration
I want to know what makes it different from
or
Avengers.
you're fighting, the
That's
Guardians are
really
constantly
what I want to
around
know.
you,
Well,
and you
for
never
one,
feel alone.
single
While you're
player.
the leader, the Guardians will also challenge
Outside of
you
that.
and make decisions on their own, and you will have to adapt to it.
You are literally part of the Guardians of the Galaxy.
The decisions you'll make will have lighthearted to haunting repercussions, and the game will react to what you do and say.
The more no-killing teammates.
Make a decision.
It's literally in your contract.
I made no such commitments.
You are playing as Star-Lord and you're using your blasters and you're using your jet boots.
Star-Lord is really empowering. He's very agile on the battlefield. He can slide and over with his jet boots. Of course, he has his elemental blasters that have different powers as well. And on top of all of this, he can use the unique abilities of his Guardians.
There we go.
We're not
Team up.
pirates. We're legally incorporated heroes for hire.
Gardeners of the Galaxy?
What? No.
The story is about a group of misfits, the Guardians. In our world, they've been together for less than a year. They create something on a small scale that looks insignificant. And as they progress through the story, they discover that they created something really big that threatens the galaxy.
There are a lot of very interesting villains in the Marvel franchise. And when you're starting to work on a story like this, you get to get your pick of which ones will make the best for this story. That gives us the opportunity to bring in some that are well known, but some that are also not all that well known.
What Eidos is getting so right about them is capturing what it's like to be a misfit family. They're also bringing an amazing imagination to it. You're going to see planets and characters that are going to blow your mind.
Interpreting it in its own way, I think, makes it feel incredibly fresh and exciting. It's not a matter of trying to replicate the comic or trying to replicate the film. It's trying to take the medium you're working in and make the best version of Guardians out of that.
They made it fun. They made it rock and roll.
I'm digging this
They
joint, man.
delivered
It looks
everything
good.
you would want in a Guardians game.
So there are a couple ways they can really make this work for me.
I'm excited.
Dig it.
I need custom content,
Oh, some gameplay.
soundtrack. We're about to actually see gameplay.
Yeah, it looks like it.
It's PlayStation. That's probably where the marketing deal for that is.
$37 units?
We appear to be 6,963 units short. If we intend to keep our ship, Peter Quill.
I know. We clearly need a plan.
What about selling Gamora's crap?
What?
Oh, come on. You've been hoarding them stupid knickknacks ever since you first joined us. I mean, don't tell me they ain't worth nothing.
Quarantine zone was always
Holding out on
My
us, Quill.
figurines are not knickknacks.
Huh, team's in trouble, and you can't be bothered to make no sacrifice.
I will sacrifice your head.
And take us to the majestic mountains of Kakarantara.
Guys, I think we should hear out Groot for once.
You know, the only problem with your plan is that Lady Hellbender only buys monsters, and you are not a monster.
Groot, are you really offering to...
No, he is not offering that, okay?
It could work.
Sell Groot? I guess we could bust him out after.
Absurd.
I like
Lady
it.
Hellbender seeks the monster within. The small, ugly one is clearly the correct choice. He's cruel, sadistic, and his soul is filthy and filled with rage.
I vote we sell Groot. I honestly think Lady Hellbender will go for it.
Yeah, well, I vote for not Groot.
I also vote for the creepy little beast.
2 votes each. Peter?
Dog, you gotta sell one of them.
Well, Rocket's definitely scarier on the inside. He's unstable and vicious and totally oblivious to the needs of others.
Okay, we get it.
All right, let's do this. Let's go sell a monster.
Right.
We're not seriously flying into
But does this immediately give us replay value? Like, how different do you think it will possibly be?
That's not how women work.
Or weather.
I think it'll be vastly different.
Nah, he's not
Really?
flying at all.
I think so. I think that's kind of what they was alluding to earlier. Like if you do Groot over Rocket or whatever, like there's certain gameplay options you won't have access to while you're doing it, so you have to do things a different way and stuff like that.
It is an impregnable
Right.
fortress.
So how do we impregnate it?
Ask Peter!
Let's just get closer. We'll figure it out on the way.
There is nothing to figure out. As beast merchants, we will easily gain access to Lady Hellbender.
Good. We've already got a beast. All that's left is the merchant part.
Good thing I put on my official merchant costume.
There is no such thing. Right?
The fact you ain't sure don't vote so good.
Whoa! That is some really crazy lightning out there. Never seen anything like it.
Meteorological suicide is what it is.
Hey, is my jacket all right?
At least you got a jacket. Some of us are soaking here.
What was the date they gave us for this?
Hey,
October.
October
we ain't
something.
seriously walking through this. It'll take forever in this storm. Stop complaining. The hardship will strengthen your spirit. I face more than enough hardship. Thank you very much. You are welcome, Feeble One.
We got this. Just don't fall and we'll be fine.
Oh, thanks a lot.
Everyone okay? We should have gone to Maku 4. I would
Be wary, Rodent.
You know what? I survived freaking Half-World. Think I'm scared of some little...
Woo!
Get ready.
These guys are fighting blobs of jello.
Yeah. Jello shooters.
Drop him, Gamora!
This one hurts.
Okay.
Okay. I like.
Smash him up, Drax! Meet your mate!
Each one of them has like 4 different moves, it seems.
This is the local fauna!
It's about to be an endangered species!
It actually looks like it's 8 because it looks like you can switch.
You, Rocket!
Time to go boom!
Where does each one have? Looks like each ability has its own set underneath of it that you can change up.
Legendary menagerie.
Should we ask them for directions?
I'm thinking maybe they are directions.
Oh, like a signpost or something.
I'm not saying it's an arrow with the word fortress on it, but statues suggest civilization, and the only settlement I saw when we were topside
It's Lady Hellbender's fortress.
Dead end. That's just great.
It's a retractable bridge. They used them at the prison I was in.
Too bad the controls are on the other side of the giant chasm.
What do
Oh,
you not
damn.
have time to dawdle in this jungle? I shall hurl the creature over the chasm so he may activate the bridge. I may activate a hole through your face. Put me.
Nah, encourage Drax.
It'll be fine. Just curl up in a ball.
What?
Drax, throw him.
No. Very well.
Peter?
It's okay. He'll land on his feet.
Rocket's fear. And I think that plays into like them, how they work together when you're in combat or whatever.
The beast to do its job.
Rocket, come on, man.
Ram it, dash face.
Fix the bridge and we'll raise your cut by 5%.
I want 10.
Okay, deal.
Now that joint gonna pop up.
This man at Rocket Boots, he can't just float over that joint and do
I was
himself.
thinking this. I was thinking the same thing.
Thanks for the bridge, Rocket.
Gotta save on gas.
Think of pulling that
Wait.
scud again.
Hear that?
Guys.
More loop.
I got it.
Oh damn. Don't love.
These creatures are perfect predators.
Stop cheering for the murder monster.
Okay. Stagger bars. That's very Final Fantasy.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
So.
Is anything on this planet not trying to kill us? Guys, huddle up.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Hey.
What? Okay.
Don't get too close to that mouth.
What if everybody has something like that?
Yeah, I smell it too.
Come on, we got this.
Perhaps these were sent by Lady Hellbender while seeking Kingdom.
How come monsters are never friendly? That is definitely in my top
Okay.
10 fortresses.
Peter?
Aren't you forgetting something?
Oh, right. The cage.
The point of even getting the Flarkin thing was looking like we mean business.
All right, Rocket. Time to put on your monster face.
I only got one face, Quill.
Are you sure about this, Peter? Look at him. You better have one hell of a sales pitch.
Maybe Gamora's right. We should try selling Groot instead.
Really?
This is an affront to democracy.
I just think that we might need Rocket on the outside for this one.
Yeah, we noticed. You want to make that
So
call,
I don't
you
think
better
he'd
not
have
mess
said
this
that
up.
had he not got thrown across the bridge.
You hang tight there, bud. When the time comes, I'll get you out of there. Rocket style if I got it.
Hey, hey.
Gamora, can you help me with
No.
this?
Yeah.
Why?
To guarantee your safety as a leader.
Oh, come on.
Don't look at me. I ain't pulling that thing. Remember, buddy, menacing, like me, only bigger.
Yo.
Now hold on. This thing can shrink down to like some astronomical size, but yeah, you tell me this doesn't have like wheels or like floats or something.
I'd say closer to
So it looks like it got. Oh yeah, there we go, a little propulsion. Hey,
I'm here for it. Ooh.
Right, put the hands on me.
oh damn, yo!
Guardians of the Galaxy. How many times do I have to kill you? The audacity that you thought you could rob
Swole.
me.
Facts.
Dweller, feast upon them!
I mean, realistically, I would say that encounter ends up being exactly the same, no matter what. You know what I mean? Pre-order content got the throwback outfits. Eesh.
Oh, that mean, is there another special edition? Nope.
Now we're going to revisit
I like
two
that.
iconic brands that are being remastered
I'm here
for
for it.
modern platforms. First up, relive the classic games in the Final Fantasy series.
Ooh,
and then get one
more
more peek
remasters.
at Legend of Mana ahead of its June 24th launch.
Oh, now we talking.
The OG.
Yeah.
Oh damn. Oh, they not kidding.
Huh?
They're redoing these things again, yeah.
Pixel, Steam and mobile.
I was excited to get my hands on 3, but Steam and mobile.
It's not like you can't run it on Steam.
Legend of Mana.
Yes, full Switch.
Up next, Earth's mightiest heroes continue their fight to defend the world in Marvel's Avengers. The team at Crystal Dynamics is excited to share the latest updates with you, including new mission types and a growing roster of heroes.
I feel you, KB. We 6 on console.
Avengers,
I ain't mad at you at
secure
all.
that super weapon at all costs. Cosmic energy is building up.
Every second counts, people. Keep it moving.
It's beautiful.
Scientists.
You're out of your depth, Avengers.
Shutting you down, Monica.
It's gonna be like a raid or something. No, it's still.
The world doesn't need Avengers. AIM will save this world. I will save it.
There is no end to these clones.
I'm about to say, I wonder if this is closing out the Monica storyline.
Capable of.
Control mode.
Wakanda. Let's go.
I applaud your efforts to connect with your roots, but as a man who has seen 3 Black Panthers fall, I must warn you of a few things. Many eyes follow the path you are about to walk down.
Okay.
They say I walk like a king, talk like a king. You can act around now, say the same.
You just wanted to show off your suit.
They all want the name. But they ain't got what's running through these veins. Make way for the king.
It is called.
Well, yeah. He looks like he still has an arm right now.
Yeah. Claw yet.
Yeah, it's early. Well, that's his name. Still his actual name.
Hey.
Vibranium doesn't belong to you. All right. Vibranium does not belong to me.
Oh, now that look like he got. Yeah. Oh.
Look at me now. Count me down.
Yep.
So give me the crown. They say I walk like a king, talk like a king. You can act around now, say the same thing. They chasing the fame. They all want the name.
Let me just drop.
Okay.
Now it's time to give mobile players a quick look at some of the games that will be available in the coming months.
Good evening, 426. Our intelligence reports a new threat to global stability. Their reach is unlike anything we have seen before. Following Agent 47's disappearance, you were selected because of your remarkable skills. Execution must be perfect.
Ooh. Oh, my man about to
We will strike from the shadows.
Yeah, let's go. What up, baby? Let's go, Shorty.
It's mobile, but
hey, listen, that's not gonna be a problem. If it's even close to being like the Hitman puzzle joint, that joint was fire.
The first mobile entry in the Nier series. Nier Reincarnation.
They going hard on the mobile end. My dog. They make so much money in these Final Fantasy mobile games. It's stupid.
Jeez.
That joint. I was playing that joint. Media had me on that joint because they did that once they did that crossover with Ariana Grande like 2 years ago.
Oh, this the Battle Royale joint.
Mobile hard, bruh.
Today, the team at Platinum Games is giving you an exclusive look at the epic world of Babylon's Fall, featuring fluid combat, powerful weapons, and a unique art style.
I mess with Platinum. Let me see what they got.
Yeah, Doctor Who. This is the Square Enix conference. The Xbox one is over. But this is a different conference.
To be a tower of dreams.
Yeah, straight up Frosty, straight mobile mains. Like that's the
It was seen
bread and butter there though. There's a lot of money in it. You need a loading snack mobile game.
Persevering through fire and ice. And
we like trash snacks and guns.
Eventually, the tower became a symbol of unrelenting ambition. That tower's name is Babylon.
Does the savior of Neo-Babylon stand among us? Let's find out without further ado.
Kill him, man.
Oh.
Hey, listen, bro.
Yeah.
That joint rocking.
If I'm to die, then I'll die for hope. For what little hope there may be.
I'm gonna tell you what. As a trailer, this is not selling it. You can see in the action and stuff that this joint is ready to go.
Have you?
This trailer is not the way.
We're all prisoners of our subjective reality. Believe only what you see, and you're like to end up seeing only what you believe.
Not but two paths lie ahead. Ascend to the heavens above the tower, or fall like this one now before you.
Now begins its tale of both hope and despair.
Oh, PS5. That's what I thought.
That's tough.
Yeah, I'm interested in that developer interview to know more about it.
プラチナゲームズは本当にアクションという部分に関しては世界屈指のデベロッパーだと思ってますし、ニアオートマタでそれが証明できたんじゃないかなと。
PlayStation in bed with Square, man.
トマトのアクショ
They
ン
getting it.
をもっと楽しむためにどうしたらいいかって選ばれたジャンルがハック&スラッシュでしたので、このゲームのコンセプトは端的に言うとニアオートマタのアクションでハック&スラッシュというジャンルを楽しむということになります。
もちろん一人でも遊べるんですけど、4人でダンジョンを攻略していく。
Don't look tough though, man.
Team up with 4 people?
プレイヤーが、
Yeah.
途切れない目標に向かって、アクション、
I mean,
ポイント
in terms of a platinum joint, if you take any of the joints they've done, including like even the Devil May Cry they've worked on.
Platinum is job killer when it comes to these type of games. Like their stylish action joints are always dope.
Yeah, they gave me a
ただアクションがスキルや強い力を引き出すためのトリガーになっているところが
joint like that, but like 4 players,
プレイヤーの
that's
背中についているフィデモコピーというのがかなりキーアイテムとなっています。それによって、遊び方とかカスタマイズの方向性っていうのも変わってきます。
It's pretty, man. I don't feel like this is doing it justice. Like I don't feel like this is selling it like it should.
Like I would at least, if it's definitely gonna be on PS5, I would have definitely been having that gameplay come from PS5, and I don't think it's coming from there.
Sure, it wasn't built for that. It
こ
probably
のゲ
just
ーム
works
は
on
運
both.
営型のゲームとして開発しています。発売後も定期的に新しいコンテンツを提供する予定
Yes,
です。
Frosty.
ようやく皆さん
Really the rarest, most wild snacks in the loading snacks mobile game. It'll be like Pokemon.
精一杯頑張ってい
You'd
き
be
たいの
looking
で
for
皆さんも引き続き応援
capturing
お願い
snacks.
します。
Gotta snack them all.
Hey, listen.
Now we're
That's a good idea.
Now let's check out the next major entry in the popular Life is Strange series, True Colors. The team at Deck 9 is ready to give you a deeper look at Alex Chen's psychic power of empathy. But first,
I'm down with
here's
that.
a look at the Life is Strange Remastered Collection.
Oh yeah.
Feels so
We
weird to be
remastering
back.
Life is
After
Strange.
5 years, you're still Max Caulfield.
It's not even that old.
Yeah.
What do you remember
That feels
about
like
us
a
as
week.
kids?
Mm-hmm.
I think about us as little pirates, running and jumping through Arcadia Bay.
We are awesome!
I mean, listen.
Come on, let's dance! Or
or take my picture with your new camera.
This could have just been a.
They didn't need this.
This could have just been an upgrade, like
After my dad died, and
Series
he
X,
moved,
Series
I felt
S,
abandoned.
PS5.
Optimized for
upgrade.
Series X.
Yeah.
And, yeah. They didn't need to do. They didn't need to
Just saved
spend
my
money on a
life.
remake.
She was my angel. Something happened to her. We have to find her, Max. Holy shit.
Yes, yo, you're both right, yo.
Yeah, because like when they did the switch, I'm sitting here like,
yeah.
This isn't enough.
I discovered I could reverse time.
I
Agreed.
mean, listen, great game,
What the hell is this?
but like,
it's reaching for a remake right now. Like,
Whatever's going on between us is special.
Cash grab.
Step back before you.
I want to see what they put in there. I want to see where it's going.
Then
I don't know
I
or
had a
remember whether or not
choice
this was ever
and
on
the power
PC. Maybe
to
it's just
change
like
everything.
a package.
true, maybe
Arcadia Bay is on the edge of disaster.
put it where it wasn't at, and then the consoles and
Yeah,
stuff
to make it better look. You know what I mean?
Whatever
Yeah,
happens,
get the
I'll
upgrades.
always have
That
your
can make
back.
sense.
Always.
Maybe it's mobile.
Build available now, and they're not
But
going
you're
to
not
tell
going
you.
to say where.
Hi,
Nope.
I'm Maya, also known as MXM Toon. I'm a musician and the singing voice of Alex Chen in the upcoming Life is Strange True Colors. I hope you enjoyed that first look at official gameplay from the remastered collection. As a longtime fan, I know I did. You can see the love and care that Deck 9 have put into remastering both Life is Strange and Before the Storm. This collection features improved character animation, lip sync, and visuals, breathing new life into these two beloved games.
They did a bad job
Back
of like
in March, we also
showing
revealed the next
upgrades.
major game in the series, Life is Strange True Colors, a small-town supernatural mystery. Alex Chen
I'm
must
ready for this
uncover the
one, sir.
truth behind her brother's death, using her psychic power of empathy to unravel the shocking secrets of Haven Springs. Today, we have a first look at Alex's unique power in action. Here's game director Zach Garris for more.
Alex's psychic power of empathy is integral to the story of Life is Strange True Colors. It impacts every relationship she builds and every decision she makes.
Never thought I'd have a freaky empath friend.
For years, Alex has been unable to shut out the strong feelings of others, the fear, sadness, and anger of those around her, leading her to believe her power is a curse. In the wake of Gabe's death, Alex realizes the only way she can find the truth is to embrace her power.
I can't believe this is happening. And the only way to understand is to feel what he's feeling.
From the very start, you can use Alex's power to focus on brightly colored auras to gain an insight into people's emotions.
Gabe was too young. Just too young.
These valuable insights deepen Alex's relationships with the folk of Haven Springs, as well as sparking new dialogue options and events, as here from a scene very early on in the game.
You're gonna lose her. You're gonna lose her, and it's all your fault.
Alex has uncovered a secret that Mac wants to keep hidden from his long-term girlfriend, and now he is terrified that Alex will reveal it before he can talk to Riley.
She's the best thing that's ever happened to me.
Shouldn't have slipped that other chick.
So please, help me out.
Call out Max.
Call him out, son.
Yeah.
We gonna always call out the BS, bro.
Still together.
Are you serious? I need to get back to work.
Sure, Alex, we'll get out of your way.
My man probably
When
disappeared,
Alex
never to be
encounters
seen
a
again.
particularly strong aura, she can reach out to actively connect with that person's emotions. This generates a nova,
KB,
a
I don't know
supernatural
what they
flare
doing,
that
dog.
transforms the world around
I like
Alex
this
into
game,
a
but-
reflection of that person's psyche. In this altered, emotionally charged state,
Final Fantasy VII
Alex can
stuff will be
experience
close to the
fragments of
end.
thoughts and memories
Yeah.
to
Sure.
get to the root of their issue. But not every emotional crisis can be easily dealt with. Some carry a dangerous, even life-threatening amount of power.
He's dead! I wish I were too.
No decision is easy, and the consequences will be felt across the game.
This anger could kill her. What if I could just take it away?
Using Alex's powers the only way you can uncover the truth behind her brother's death.
What would that do to her? What would it do to me? And even if I can, should I?
How far will you go in pursuit of that truth? The choice is yours.
I mean, I'm
Alex's powers
super interested in this joint. I do
look
want to
so
run through it.
I have no idea how I'll make some of these choices, but I can't wait to play it with you all when it comes out on September 10th. Don't forget, you can pre-order Life is Strange True Colors now. And if you choose the Ultimate Edition, you'll also receive the Life is Strange Remastered Collection. And that's it for today.
So it's a part.
Make sure to follow the Life is Strange social channels for more.
Definitely think it's worth the play.
Yeah, no doubt.
I'm eventually go through the first Life is Strange.
First two.
And now, we are excited to unveil a brand new title from Square Enix Japan.
Okay, let's go.
All right, let's do this.
I'm here to kill chaos.
No more. I know
that's my mission.
Hey. Oh.
Looks like chaos has been waiting for us.
You gonna make us go in there and find you?
Guess we'll just show ourselves in.
I only know one thing. I want to kill chaos.
Oh yeah, okay.
Need to. It's not a hope or a dream.
Definitely reminds me of the whole Make Cry.
Thirst.
Move aside! You're dust!
Why you crushing them joints?
Is this on like some Final Fantasy? Because that definitely looked like the little fire thing from Final Fantasy.
Doing pest control.
This is the Shrine of Chaos. He's here. We just have to hunt him down.
Feel the pain!
Was that my man's skull?
Nothing else I've seen so far looks like anything in Final Fantasy.
This is it. No doubt.
Die already!
Oh.
There was a knight who left.
My man is very angry, dog.
Yeah, once you get some crystals on him, he just straight finishes.
I mean, I hope that if they push the joint, I saw that the UP DLC is supposed to be a timed exclusive. So I think it'll come. I just don't think it's coming right away. That could be the reason why we're not seeing it. Maybe they want to do it as a full package.
Know when you're beaten!
When all of it's available.
And who are you?
We're here to kill chaos.
The prophecy's very own Warriors of Light.
Real.
He always wore such splendid armor, with a helmet that was terrifying to behold.
It's Garlic!
No. I become chaos.
It is a Final Fantasy. Yay!
I dig it.
Boo!
Yeah, I guess because you can't play it on PS4, right?
Look at some of the amazing Square Enix titles you can play now, as well as those to come.
All right.
To be the bearer of bad news, but
Just hit me with it.
I'm gonna drop plate number 7.
They're gonna do what?
They do right. Just rocking the crew neck like it's nothing.
Yes.
I was wondering if we were going to see anything from that.
It's all or nothing.
Endwalker?
I think that's for the
expansion.
Yeah, for the online version.
Nah.
No, of course I will. I'll call you.
Thank you for joining us today. Keep an eye out for news about our next Square Enix Presents. I'm Matt Mercer. See you next time.
This joint was the worst.
Damn,
Not
bro.
even waiting to get y'all opinions on this joint.
Oh, still on Final Fantasy 7 on the box. No, let me just go run the Game Pass right quick. Let's just see if they're gonna run.
It might be.
Just gonna go run over here to Game Pass and just.
Nah, they haven't even added the stuff that they said they were gonna add today. They haven't dropped yet. You gotta remember, we're still like 3 hours behind.
True.
Where they are. You know what I mean, on the coast. So you figure you just gotta give it a little more time before we're seeing that. Hey, can you just? That's enough for listening to that joint, yo.
Them beats when doing it for you?
No, them joints was terrible. Listen, let's do this. Pow. I'm gonna leave that right there. I'm gonna leave that right there. This was probably the biggest waste of E3 time I have ever. And their joints are usually, again, they're usually boring. And they're usually pretty weak. This joint is the worst press conference I've seen all E3. Starting from Summer Game Fest. This joint was garbage. Garbage, bruh. Like I wasn't feeling it at all.
Agreed.
KB said, I don't think Square invests much into their presentation because of their cachet, their name holds. They know people are going to buy. Ooh. Yeah, but like, Rossi said, I spaced out for most of it. Here's the thing. A presentation like that still costs money. Like, you still have to spend the money to put something like that together. The majority of it is stuff we've already seen.
Yep.
You could easily do that and have those individual studios just drop those joints on their YouTube pages or whatever. Because they all got their own YouTube pages. Much of it was mobile. Who was this for?
Yeah. I don't know. Because a lot of it was dedicated to mobile, and that's not. I feel like that's not something that the E3 crowd comes to necessarily see. You know, so it's cool to announce. Yeah, we do have stuff coming from mobile, but like such a big chunk of your presentation dedicated to that, I don't think is the way to go.
I agree wholeheartedly. I think that the time they put in it, they paid somebody to like do voiceovers for that and like cut that together. You know what I'm saying? And like shoot developer interviews,
do the transitions, the little colorful transitions and everything.
And listen, here's the thing. Square is such a Japanese company. I understand that they do things differently. Like the way that they build hype, like they don't really do hype the way we do hype. And I just don't think they understand this audience, like this very Western audience. They really should either be partnering with someone else to have their stuff presented on their stages, or they should have someone from here
doing it,
putting them together for them. But I mean, the whole shebang. It can't just be give us all your trailers and we'll cut it, because that's probably what actually happened.
Yeah, you're right, Kay. Like, you're right, Kay. I thought they was going to go into detail about Final Fantasy stuff. We saw the little snippet first, and I thought there was going to be a little explanation, little talk after that. But
they literally was like, "Here's some games you can play right now,
yeah,
and some for later." And then just like,
and that was the end of it. Yeah,
like you ended on Life is Strange,
pretty much.
After that week remaster.
No, it ended on the Stranger of Paradise.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
that's terrible. That what I remember is Life is Strange, and they ended on Stranger of Paradise, which is a Tecmo Platinum. A Tecmo Team Ninja Final Fantasy World action, probably RPG, that just didn't hit because it wasn't cut well and produced for what this audience is.
Like what it is, I liked, but how it was presented to us, like you didn't like. I know what I'm looking at. I get it. I see it's Final Fantasy related. Like I'm into it. But for somebody now, you're trying to pull them in and get them excited about it.
Right.
You're dropping the ball there. Yeah.
You could have just told me. Yeah. You know what I mean? And then like the interviews, it's much harder for those interviews to hit the way they need to when they're all in Japanese with, you know what I'm saying, subtitles. It's just much harder for that kind of stuff to hit with these audiences. It doesn't work. Now maybe, you know, if I think about it, Square's been doing conferences for probably the last 5 or 6 years. And for at least the last three, Sony hasn't participated in the E3. But generally, they align themselves with Sony, and they put their games on Sony, and so they show on Sony stage, and that allows for some hype. Somebody else is in control, you know what I mean, of that meter, of that hype meter, of pushing that. They just don't have that. So without Sony doing E3, I think a lot of their stuff just falls flat. I think these are the kind of presentations that might work very well. It still feels like when we watch Tokyo Game Show, I go into it knowing that these are the kind of presentations we're going to get because they're presenting for a Japanese audience, for an Eastern audience. It's very different. That doesn't work. That doesn't work. You know, the people here know the name and love the games and are excited about it. And then the stuff you show is like, you know, we want to see Final Fantasy 16.
Facts.
And nothing. Not even a peep. Didn't even say like nothing like, you know, we'll have some Final Fantasy 16 news later, you know, later at TGS, you know, or just later this year. Anything, just
probably because they're aligning themselves to do whatever it is that Sony is doing in a couple weeks, mid-July or whatever. Like, I'm sure there's some sort of a state of play or something that's coming. Though Sony hasn't really been doing like full-on showcases. It seems now that their state of plays have been much more like what Nintendo's doing, where it's like one game focused, and maybe they'll show you like a trailer or something for another game or something like that. But until that joint is ready to actually drop, you know, or come out, it's almost like there's no point. And it does make me wonder whether or not, even though they have the deal, you know, with Sony for Final Fantasy 16, it makes me wonder whether or not they are not considering like, oh, we better put it on Xbox too, but whether or not they need to find a way to get it on PlayStation 4 as well, because they just can't get PlayStation 5s out. And so therefore the joint's just not going to sell. We know that Square's expectations for how their games sell is probably unrealistic / unreasonable and very high. Right? So Tomb Raider sells multiple millions of copies and they're just like, yeah, that joint didn't meet expectations. So, you know what I mean? Like Hitman does like crazy numbers and they're just like, you know what? We don't even want to work with y'all no more. You can even have the IP back, dog. Like we ain't, you know what I mean? Like, their expectations. And I think that a lot of times, because those are games that are by Western developers,
right,
for a more Western audience. And I think that Square as a Japanese company getting involved with companies like Eidos and so forth is looking for a way to get into that market because it's a dominant market. It is, but it's not hitting what they're used to seeing when they do something and it's Final Fantasy and Japan goes nuts over it.
Right.
And we generally go nuts too, you know what I mean? Or whatever, like it doesn't have that same thing. So like, I think that they have these unrealistic expectations of what those things are going to do or how they should perform or where they are. And so it seems like, you know, they're pushing stuff that's like a Life is Strange by a Western developer, smaller indie, but okay, put that on Xbox and let's see how that does in Game Pass and let's, you know what I mean? But I think that's what they're seeing. They're like seeing that lift come from Game Pass, but I still feel like they're very hesitant, that they're a very old company that is used to doing business the way Japan does business. And they like the way that Sony does business, which is very old and old school and is going to get them in trouble sooner than later. Square has beloved franchises that if it's not careful about what it does and how it presents those games, it could very easily end up in the same boat that Capcom was in before they started doing remakes of Resident Evil. You know what I mean? Where it was like, man, what is Capcom doing? Like, where are the games? What's going on? Where's the IP? They own all this stuff. Why are they putting things out? Like, we were just very concerned. And then it turned into, we're gonna focus on doing like remakes / remasters or whatever to kind of build our money portfolio back up so we can put stuff out. But clearly, Square is making money hand over fist in mobile. Most of the stuff they showed was focused in that place, and that just shows you like that free to play. Again, it should be proving to them that Game Pass is the place to put your stuff because you can turn that money by having something that people just have access to. But they're not building their AAA console experiences to take advantage of that outside of Outriders. Again, Western game. You know what I mean? Where they did a partnership with somebody to publish something developed by a Western audience. So I think that's where that struggle is. And so unless we see them start to do more partnerships with more Western developers and really begin to change the way that they view that stuff and open their eyes to how we, you know what I mean, view and understand things, I think that they're still in a very like, no, Japan does it like this. And, you know, we have run the video game industry for so long. So Nintendo and PlayStation and Square and, you know what I mean? And like, it feels like there's a certain level of resistance, which is understandable. Nobody likes change, but it's inevitable and necessary.
Yep.
This to me just makes Square seem like they're very out of touch. Very out of touch. And so it's just kind of like, let's just milk Final Fantasy for everything we can get out of it.
Yep.
Let's just milk the juice out of that joint. Here's all 6 of our old ass Final Fantasy games still in pixel form on mobile again for a lot of money. And people are going to buy them.
Facts.
They're going to buy them. But it's over and over and over again. Here's more. Final Fantasy 1 through 6, you can get on Game Pass. You can get Game Pass games right now that are old Final Fantasy games. 7, 8, 9, 10, 10, 2, like they're there. You know what I'm saying? You've been able to rebuy them. They've been remastered. They've been remixed. They've been redone. They put them on the Wii U. They put them on the Wii. They was in the eShop. Like they've done it over and over and over again. It's a very Nintendo approach. It's a very Japanese approach. And it almost starts to make you feel like Square only has one franchise.
I mean, all the mobile stuff they showed was Final Fantasy related.
Correct.
And the one they closed out the show with was Final Fantasy related.
Yep.
Correct. Correct. Road to Wakanda right in the middle. You know what? Here's another disappointing thing that we put the publishing money behind for a Western developer. We got the Disney money, sure, but you know what I mean? Like, this isn't it. And that honestly probably only happened because they were able to secure a Disney license because of the relationship they've had with Disney from Kingdom Hearts. Which again is like, here's a Kingdom Hearts and another almost
Final
Kingdom
Fantasy.
Hearts 2 and another Kingdom Hearts and another, which is still all Final Fantasy.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? It's borderline alarming because even though Final Fantasy, like each game is mostly new characters in a new world with a new story, it feels like it's going to start to get old real soon. We, for the nostalgia purposes, like we love it. We deal with it. But we've had many conversations about how do you get young people to care about your stuff. And like Kingdom Hearts could have been the way. You know what I mean? But it's so complicated and so convoluted. And young kids don't care about Goofy or Donald. Like, it's not like they don't know who they are at all, but they don't care. So Avengers was a good way to do it, but they should have put Avengers in Kingdom Hearts.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yep.
They should have. And as much as the Guardians of the Galaxy game looks interesting to me, I don't think that joint sells. I think it looks good. I think it even reviews halfway decent, somewhere between 6.5 and 8 at best. But I don't think it sells. Because I don't think the general population, I don't think the video game buying population cares.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they care. If this game had hit 2 years ago, maybe. If it hits and Guardians 3 is announced and they start pushing trailers or whatever, maybe. Outside of that, I don't think the franchise is big enough for it to matter. Especially because you can't play as Gamora. And Star-Lord is funny, but he's a douche. And he is not, I don't think he's, I'm sure he's somebody's favorite character. But I don't think he's close enough to being
the majority.
Yeah, like for people to be like, oh, what? You get to be Star-Lord? Like they put that joint in the trailer, like, you are Star-Lord. I mean, okay. Okay. I don't. Devolver Digital's joint was better than that. Their presentations are bananas. I don't know if you watch.
They usually are. I gotta watch it.
Watch.
But their presentations usually are.
Hey, dog. I wasn't with it. Look, Kay said, I have no desire to be Star-Lord and just Star-Lord. Exactly. Like if you could jump between them, you know what I mean, and move around and swap people or something, like let me have some control over them. But here's what I think. I feel like they know if they let you switch between them, nobody's gonna stay Star-Lord.
If you can switch between them, nobody's gonna stay anybody. You're gonna bounce between all of them the whole game.
But you're more than likely.
Nah, but you're going to Star-Lord least of everybody else there. Sells way better if you could play as all characters and or multiplayer. Agreed. I bet you I would be willing to wager that if we could see the numbers from Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3 on the Switch with those characters there, because they definitely were there, Star-Lord is one of the least used characters. Mm-hmm. Outside of the fact that he has range, because he can shoot, I would wager Slim is not a favorite. That's where I'd put it. But I mean, by all means, if you're so now, if they said that joint's coming to Game Pass, I'd be like, oh, I bet. I'm in there. That joint's gonna have to work hard to get my money.
Mm-hmm.
Hard to get my money. And I'm not gonna pre-order it because they have old outfits. It's cool though. But I'm not gonna pre-order it because they have old outfits.
We'll see.
What's the most exciting thing you saw in the conference, Jokes?
Probably that Final Fantasy jump. The Origins. That's probably. I like Guardians, but I feel like I'll get it and play through it. I won't go back to it, but right now the only thing that really has me is that Final Fantasy Origins jump.
Sin, what about you?
Guardians and the same thing. The Stranger Paradise, the Origin Final Fantasy joint. Those two.
Yeah. KB says they could easily make that an X-Men Legends or Ultimate Alliance type deal. It might be all right. I just if they gave me another X-Men Legends.
Oh, that one's supposed to be Souls-like. Oh.
Yeah, I'm not with that.
Which one's supposed to be Souls-like? That's the Final Fantasy Souls joint. That's okay.
Oh boy.
But it's platinum. You know what I mean? It's not like it's from.
No, that's not platinum. Platinum was the Babylon Fall joint.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wait. What joint are you talking about?
Team Ninja is the Final Fantasy.
Team Ninja, yes, was the Final Fantasy joint. Platinum was Babylon Fall. Yeah.
Okay.
For character, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm all right, man. I'm all right. I don't. Yeah, that the Origins joint, I would be about it. I would like to know if it's co-op because they kind of seemed like they might have been alluding to it a little bit. You showed me 3 characters, and I didn't. Mm-hmm. Did it look like they were switching between the characters?
No,
it seemed like it was one dude.
Yeah, it was just dude with the crew neck
attitude with the
smashing, destroying everything. Everything he turned to crystal. They was catching it.
Yeah, that joint looked fun. See how that turns out, man. I'm underwhelmed.
Agreed.
Yeah,
I'm underwhelmed. I would like to have at least been just whelmed, but I'm underwhelmed.
It's all good. This Yakuza is about to fill in the void for that right now.
Well, you say like you downloading it.
Sir, I am at 85% currently right now.
Like, I've been watching that dude looking at his screen instead of paying attention to Platinum the whole time, dog. I've been paying attention to Square the whole time. Like nobody is. Yeah, that joint's pretty bad, buddies. Pretty bad. I wasn't with it. All right, so listen. That basically covers our coverage today for what's popular at E3. I'm gonna tell you again. I think the Square joint was the worst of all the conferences I've seen so far this week. We got a couple of things that are brewing over the next few days. Definitely mostly looking forward to what Nintendo does on Tuesday.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
We'll see how that pans out. What time is it? What time is the Nintendo joint Tuesday? 3?
I feel like it's before that. Nintendo 12 p.m.
Okay.
12 p.m. for Nintendo, and Bandai Namco is at 5:25.
I don't know if I need a Bandai Namco.
No, but we need to watch jokes.
Yes, sir.
I mean, there's gonna be things. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying, like, I don't know if I need one, but okay.
Maybe we get our Xenoverse announcement there.
I hope so.
So do I.
I hope so for you then. I really hope so.
A new Gundam title, one of the two.
I'm with that.
Okay, y'all. We're gonna wrap it up for the day.
Loki spoiler boys tomorrow.
Yes, it will be.
It definitely drops tomorrow. So be prepared for that. Hopefully, Jokes actually did the editing.
I don't know.
If he didn't, he got some work to do tonight.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, see what I'm talking about right there. We definitely got some hot takes on that joint, man. You don't want to miss that.
Big facts.
I don't know how you plan on filling that like 15, 20 minutes or whatever for the chat. But boy, if you in the Patreon,
you good. You
gonna hear some things in there. For sure. Look at
Ty come out of nowhere.
Ty, like we back. My Monday drive's gonna be a thing.
Here, spoiler boys. Hold up. What keyboard? What say about spoiler boys?
Yeah, that joint's woo boy, Ty. You gonna have some. I feel like, listen, Ty, I can already feel you messaging me. I can already feel you messaging me.
We're gonna get that text that Monday morning.
What? Easy. Man. Hey, listen, I bet he'd be on time for that. If Spoiler Boys was a live show,
on time every single time.
Cuddy said, definitely my Monday drive home. No doubt. No doubt. That's the move. Other than Loki, huh? Okay. All right, y'all. We're going to wrap this one up. We appreciate everybody hanging out with us, tuning in. There's still a lot going on for E3, so definitely look for that recap when we do cutscenes this week.
Yeah. Yes.
We're going to try to give y'all as much information as we can as we gather it all and kind of put it into one thing and, look for some ratings and all that kind of stuff and check to see how wrong we were with our predictions because the joints it's not going so good right now, is it, Jokes?
Not at all.
Nah.
Nope.
Nah.
All right, y'all. Again, appreciate y'all. With that, we're out. Happy Sunday. Toodles and